to the MINDBENDER Mental Performance Podcast.
We got to let that MINDBENDER Mental Performance intro track hit all the way till the end. This is episode 176, and this is the final installment of the book breakdown of the great book, The Mental Keys to Hitting. Chapter 13, this is the afterword, Mental Game Terms That Matter, Part 2. We did Part 1. Part 2 is terms 11 through 20. We're going the word pressure through the word X factor. In today's podcast, especially dedicated to my boy, the X Factor himself, Jake Skull Dog Skull, and his beautiful baby boy that was born. Shout out to Mama Avery as well. Welcome back to the MINDBENDER Mental Performance Podcast, the only podcast that former Lycée in Oakland, a mascot race winner turned pro-level pickleballer Enrique Byroness would say, my boy Kowalski, man, is different. He makes players fuerte en la cabeza, man. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. Wherever you are, the place is here and the time is now. We're taking it from the clouds to the dirt where it can grow, knocking down the mental and emotional barriers that are getting in the way of consistent and confident performance. Number 11, we're getting right into it today, pressure. Pressure is a privilege. We've talked about that before. Pressure's like a wave. You can ride it or let it smash you into the reef. It's up to you, right? Pressure makes what? Diamonds. So once you get out on to that playing surface, you're a diamond. Just go out and shine. The pressure happens every day when you're stepping up, pushing the rock up the hill. Pressure is a privilege. Ride the wave. Pressure ain't the pitcher. It's not the crowd. It's not the scoreboard. It's not your stats. Pressure is perception. Perspective is such a powerful point, and it is part of the APE process that we teach about controllables, controlling what you can control. Attitude, appearance, preparation, performance, not the results, but how you perform. And then, yes, the third P of the APE principle is perspective. Then we have energy, effort, emotions. Let's get back to it. And your perspective, your perception is a choice. The great Sammy Sosa, and yes, I'm wearing the Cubs 2016 World Series patch lid today because we're doing a lads and dads salted meats and tequila at the great DTM's house. That's right, Dan the man. So today's podcast is especially dedicated not just to Skull and the young new lads and dads, but the old school lads and dads too. See you boys soon. So Sammy Sosa said it best. He said, quote, baseball is not pressure. Pressure is not having food at 7 years old, end quote. Let's put it in perspective. You fold when there's nothing inside of you, but if you've trained your inner game, you'll push back. You'll anchor down, right? And the breath is your anchor. When the storm comes and it's slamming the side of the ship, you drop the anchor. That's the same reason that you use the breath. You anchor down with your breath. Your plan is your pressure relief valve. So reframe the way you're looking at pressure, and the way you're looking at pressure will never look the same. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. Philippians 4:13, as we go into the greatest coaching manual of all time, the Bible. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who gives me strength. And that includes hitting 95 mile an hour cutties. That includes getting loaded, putting all the energy in your eyes, waiting back just a half second more and banging that combio up the middle. Let's go to number 12, relentlessness. Relentlessness. And if anybody who knows Harvey Dorfman knows about how powerful and impactful that word was, not just to Dorfman, but to Revisa as well. Relentless, right? Relentless. We talk about the SMART acronym when we talk about goal setting: specific, measurable, attainable. Most people say realistic, and then timely. Realistic. I want to play in the big leagues. You know, your teacher at school, when she tells you to bring in your dream job and you write down big league player and she goes, go home and write something realistic. You know what then? Forget about the word realistic. Replace that R in the SMART goal setting formula from realistic and you throw relentless in there. Relentless isn't about rah. It's about resolve. It's about gritty beats pretty and toughness beats talent. It's not what you know that counts. It's what you do with what you know over and over and over. Today plus today plus today plus today equals your goals. It's staying committed and in the fight when nobody's around. It's what you do in private that you'll be rewarded for in public. It's when you're 0 for your last 10 and you feel flat and nobody's watching. Relentless players stretch their edge daily. The growth is in the margins. Keep going. You'll find that little insight when you keep pushing the rock up the hill every day. Elite guys, learn-it-alls, not know-it-alls, growth mindset guys, they demand more from themselves than the game demands of them. To want something is one thing. To will it is quite another. So will it. Stretch yourself. Be obsessed with effort. No excuses, no factor. Just what's important now. Number 13, responsibility in mental key terms, part 2 from chapter 13, afterward from the great book, The Mental Keys to Hitting by Harvey Dorfman. Responsibility, number 13, responsibility, your ability to respond. The game doesn't owe you shit. The game doesn't owe you anything, right? Your coach doesn't owe you anything. Your teammates don't owe you anything. You owe yourself ownership. Don't be obedient because my coach said so, because my dad said so. That's obedience. Now you're a dog. You're a robot. You're the geese that can only fly south. Nah, man, that's what separates us from them as a human being. We have choice. So you can choose to own it. Ownership is I know why I'm doing it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. And I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. You can't carry everybody. You can't control everything. You can control your attitude, appearance, preparation, perspective, energy, effort, emotions. You can control, choose, act, and do confidence by getting big. Big breath, big body language, great focus, and great self-talk. You can be elite at the things that take no talent to be elite at. So stop dragging your perceived burdens and going through a tough time into the box and start attacking the strike zone with freedom. Start hunting and attacking pitches in the zone. Start checking in for each and every pitch. I'm going to check in for the big one. No, check in for each one. It's just practice. Practice is where the action is, and the separation's in the preparation. Responsibility isn't about results. It's about your response to the game's demands. And the mental game is always about having something to go to. And the beauty is this. Response is always within your control. Stimulus, response, right? It's like, how many sides to a coin are there? 3. There's 2 sides, and then there's the ridge in the middle. You have the stimulus, and then on the other side, the response, but in the middle, there's the pause. There's the anchoring down with the breath. Number 14, slumps. Slumps don't exist. They're a lie, told by people who don't understand approach. Let me say that again. Slumps don't exist. They're a lie, told by people who don't understand approach. When's your at-bat routine start? Hope it starts in the double hole, 4 hitters away with your mental ABs, right? I've already seen 4 or 5 pitches, Kowalski, by the time I go into the 3 hole. Now I'm in the 3 hole, I put my lid on, and maybe I have some mental reminders, some mental cues, get loaded, be on time, confidence, see ball, hit ball, that are written inside of my helmet, right? And now I put my lid on, and my ultimate hitter's head is now on. Getting my timing, getting my quality warm-up rips, getting myself in a position to simulate where I'll be in the box, getting way down the foul line. How long can I go? Well, the rule book says foul line extended when you're on deck. So go until the umpire tells you to move. Get in the pitcher's head, right? How you walking up the home plate? 10 feet tall and bulletproof? Are you seeing, hearing, feeling the dirt underneath your feet when you get to home plate? Are you walking the home plate with a dominant hand on the sweet spot of the barrel? Where focus goes, energy flows. Are you getting that good deep breath and putting it on the sweet spot and then saying, see it and hit it? Got to have something to go to. That's approach. Slumps don't exist. They're a lie, told by people who don't understand approach. You might not be getting hits, but that doesn't mean you're in a slump. If you're seeing it big and slow, if your approach is great, if you're swinging at quality pitches, If you're competing pitch to pitch, then you're in control. You're only in a slump when you let your results hijack your process. The snowball effect. It happens when you tighten up, when you start searching and chasing results and outcomes and abandon what got you hot in the first place, man. Keep your cues simple. Stay focused on your process, one task at a time. If you want to win, it's what's important now. And when the game tests your faith, lean on James 1:3. The testing of your faith produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character. Character, endurance, and boom, boom, boom. Read the Bible. Number 15, strikeouts. Trying not to strike out is the fastest way to strike out. Your mission isn't avoidance. Never talk about what you don't. I don't want to swing at high fastball. All your mind sees is the image of the high fastball, and there you go, chasing the cookie jar hater. Your mission isn't avoidance. It's not expectation. It's not comparison. It's competing pitch to pitch and executing pitch to pitch. You don't go to the plate thinking don't strike out. You go to the plate thinking see it, hit it. Put the fat part of the bat on the ball, hit it where it's pitched, right? Barrel one middle away right here. Buttery backspin right through the eye of the barrel, tension free. Big difference. Strikeouts happen. Mike Trout strikes out 150 times a year and he still rakes. Let them go. Flush it and move on. Can't hit two pitches at once. But that's what you're trying to do if you can't let go of the last pitch that you saw before you're trying to execute this one. Learn from them. Learn from them. Adjust your plan, not your identity. Remember, a punchy isn't failure unless you mentally collapse with the punchy. It ain't about the punchy. It's about your response to the punchy. Responsibility, your ability to respond. Number 16, thinking too much. This is the assassin of performance. Death by over-analysis. Thinking in the box is fine, but only the right kind of thinking. Clear, clean, aggressive, under control, calm, poised. See it and hit it. See the ball, be easy. That's enough. You're not a computer, you're a competitor. Thinking too much jams up the nervous system, man. Clutters the signal. Creates tension. If the machine breaks down, we break down. Mental clutter equals physical chaos, man, and chaos doesn't get you barrels. Simplify your thoughts. One cue, one verbal trigger, one breath, one pitch. That's the formula. Number 17, tough out. We've heard that, right? That dude's a tough out. Be a guy pitchers hate facing, man. Make them work. Extend at bats. Foul off their best stuff. Battle with a great two-strike approach. Get on the plate a little bit. Choke off a half inch. Don't change your swing. Hunt the heater. Bang the hanger. That's a two-strike approach. A tough out doesn't give anything away, man. A tough competitor never gives a pitch away. He doesn't give a day away. Ever. He's disciplined enough to lay off pitchers' strikes and stubborn enough to fight until he finds his pitch. Gritty beats pretty. Toughness beats talent. He doesn't chase. He doesn't hope. He competes and he hunts. You want to be a tough out? Then be hard to put away. Make them earn every single out they get from you, right? Like the great Luke Appling, who Harvey Dorfman mentions in the book. The man walked 1,300 plus times and only struck out 500. Legend. Number 18, trying. Trying too hard. The great Joe Madden, he's up here on the wall. Shout out to Jake. My boy Jake gave me that. Trying too hard is the biggest form of fear. Right? And we got to learn to turn the fear into fuel and the failure into feedback. It's control masked as effort, trying too hard. When you press, you tighten up. You want to go up there and be an uptight nerd, or you want to go out there and ball? When you tighten, you slow down. Your eyes don't focus and lock in the way they should. There's a great Dr. Morehouse quote in the book. He said it best. When you are putting all you have got into an action, some of that force is holding you back. That's why we say 80 gets you 100. Why? Because that little buddy called adrenaline is going to show up and bring that other 20. Real freedom is controlled aggression. Maximum intent with minimal tension. You don't need to try harder. You need to try easier and trust more. Trust frees the swing. Trying chokes it out, man. Number 19, walks. Walks aren't just about OBP, right? First of all, they're quab. They're about discipline, selective aggression. right, is the hallmark of a dangerous dude in the box. And the ability to take a walk means you're seeing the ball, trusting your plan, and not trying to be a hero out there. Walks wear pitchers down. They extend innings and they spark rallies, man. A walk isn't passive, it's powerful. It shows maturity. You want more barrels? Learn to take your walks. Good hitters don't chase, they hunt. And number 20, shout out the great Jake Skoll, X Factor. What's the X Factor in all this? Belief. Belief in God, belief in yourself, belief in your team, belief in your coaches, belief in your training, belief in your approach, belief in your identity as a hitter. Not in hype, not in opinion, but in your own preparation. Your confidence got to come from the inside out, man. You can't fake confidence. You build it by doing hard things with relentless consistency. One man with belief is worth 99 with an opinion. Your belief makes you more dangerous than your swing ever will. And like the great Tug McGraw said, you got to believe. Because belief is what gives all of this a chance to take root. And you can't have the fruits without the roots, man. Para mis jugadores latinas, más línea más vida. Hasta la próxima recuerda. Si quieres ser un jugador disciplinado, comprometido y preparado en el futuro, empiezas esa mierda hoy. Se necesita lo que se necesita y lo mejor está por venir. Until next time, remember, if you want to be a disciplined, committed, and prepared ball player in the future, start being that dude today. It takes what it takes. And if you choose, the best is yet to come. And most importantly, be good to yourselves.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for man.